Hello, welcome to Truth Rescue.
I'm Kalli. Did you say your name yet? Or did you freeze? Hello?
Hold on, I was muted for some reason.
Okay, I was like, what is happening?
Well, that intro is botched, so I don't care. You know who we are by now if you're still watching this show.
It's that kind of day. So yeah, I'm Kalli.
And we're talking about all things Law and Order, SVU, fanfic writing, and more. And the mothership. And I forgot to turn my iPad on.
That's Terryn, if you didn't hear her
Yeah,
name.
I'm not turning the light on because my face looks, my eyes are horrendous at the moment, so we're not turning the light on.
Us, as probably many people in the country right now, are just trying to get through the fucking day.
Yeah, so we did not record earlier on, so we have to spit.
Our job, even though we're both friggin' not okay.
No, we're not. I think I do at some point, not today, of course, but I think I do want to talk about how we wrote this. If you know about us, we wrote the story The Resistance, which is a story about a dystopian America that we wrote about. We started the story like 2.5 years, a long time, maybe 2 years ago now. But how we wrote it.
We literally didn't predict this. We're sorry.
We wrote it in a sense that, like, we wrote it as a warning.
And now it might be reality.
Yeah, we wrote it as a warning. We took a lot of time and thought into, like, research and writing that book. And it's not finished yet. There's a lot of story to tell, and a lot of it's in the drafts because we skip around being like, I have an idea for something.
We'll probably keep going, but not right now. I feel like we all need a breather.
It probably won't be something we work on right now. We'll probably try to get some other stuff out, though.
It will be something that we're going to do during this.
Yes, but we'll update some fics. Probably, I want to, just because some of us need some joy. So I definitely think we're gonna update some things soonish. Yeah. Hopefully, get something out there. Some of them are fluff, some of them are angst, but we'll get some of them out.
And I'm gonna say one more thing before we move on to the episodes, because we're pretty much just doing the episodes and then done. But
yeah, we're gonna go take a personal day, so we're gonna take some personal time before we create more content.
Will not accept this. If you want to argue with me, that's totally fine, but I will not accept this. Period. End of story. Not accepting this.
Yeah. Nope. People don't realize what they've done, and well, yes, they do realize what they've done. Some of you will did it. So
some don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not accepting this. We will take a stand somehow.
Do the work that we can.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, I was gonna have to be mom and parent on this one because we had this whole situation like last week between the last time we recorded about the stalking situation.
Now, all I'm gonna say is I was so ready for all of us to be happy today. Now we're all not. Break this.
Yeah, I was gonna yell at people and be like, "Stop making threats, get Mariska," but I don't let them today. But that's your whole warning for that. We've already discussed this before, and it happened again.
This woman
will explicit. Some people need some help. A lot of people need some help,
especially now that she's as devastated as most of us are because she freaking fought her ass off for this.
Yeah.
If you are, I don't care. I'm getting into the nitty gritty. If you are a supporter of the bad man, do not fucking go at Mariska for this. Do not. Do not. Or we will go after you.
Yeah, I'll probably be at your door because
that too.
The police may or may not have been involved. I don't know. We kind of lost track of the story, but But yeah, so don't do it.
No.
Anyway.
Let us all grieve. Thank you.
We'll fight again another day.
And no, I'm not going to shut up about this.
Anyway, we're going to get to the episodes because you're going to do a speed run because I don't have the kind of energy to sit down and think really through all of this. And the episodes are tomorrow, so.
The episodes were fine.
Yeah.
All right. The
report card.
What was the Law and Order one? Report card?
The report card. Report card. So it starts off, and this couple is in the car. They're in like a, I think they call it quick ride in this week. In the Law and Order was quick ride, but you know something first sexual.
Uber. Yeah.
Basically. They're arguing. And then the guy takes the girl's phone, and then they stop, and then they're like, and they show the driver's dead. You know, and the phone, his phone is gone. And the driver's name is Walter Rhodes, and like it's Halloween decorations on the street because it's close to Halloween, so that's a fun little.
No, it was. The episodes actually aired on Halloween, so
yeah, so it was Halloween.
Then they talk to the guy's husband, and we get a repeat offender because
a long time ago.
We have this guy who played
since season 10.
Yeah, O'Halloran. You, and they brought him back to the mothership, which is good because we like this guy.
You haven't seen him since season 10 of SVU, and that's a long time.
Yeah, because he was dead, right? He was killed.
Yeah, he's dead. Stucky stabbed him.
Stucky.
And I don't know why I love Zebras, but Zebras is one of my favorite 1.0 episodes. I do not know that. I have a reason for one of my favorite episodes, but
Olivia.
Yes, that's the one. Yes, that is why that's my favorite episode.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I love Zebras. Okay, that's a confession that I have to put out there that I love the episode Zebras.
For literally that reason alone.
Literally, that's my favorite part of the episode. But it's not like he didn't deserve it because Elliot was being too much, you know.
I mean,
because really, it kind of is Elliot's fault the whole time because he kept dissing Stucky and he couldn't take it anymore. He snapped. So really, you know.
Yeah, I like that episode for Judge Donnelly too.
Oh yeah, it's a good episode too. But anyway, sorry, he's Walter Rose's husband. That's a side tangent about Zebras.
I don't have the notes pulled up.
So then I forgot what the husband's name is, but he says, well, the driver was a middle school teacher and he was doing like this as a side job, you know,
because teachers don't get paid.
Exactly. Well, teachers don't get paid, so so the precinct is decorated for Halloween, which is cute. They have some little dangly things on the ceiling.
I totally believe Violet did all that. I know we haven't seen her yet this season, but
exactly where's she at? Exactly where she is. Yes. Oh, so then I find out the guy in the car is a rapper. His name is Mike Keys, and Riley says his son listens to him and thinks he's fire.
It's like okay. Old people saying this, young people slaying is
like stop.
Funny.
People were talking about when in 911 where Athena said what did she say? I forgot. I don't even want to talk about it. People were so embarrassed, like because there's in the parting episode that she goes to a school to talk about like safe driving and like being responsible and don't be and she's like this could because like she's showing these like car crash pictures. She's like this could happen if you're texting and driving and they're not paying her any attention and she's like she uses some young person word. The word is like don't ever make Angela Bassett say that ever again. But
although I feel like if she did it as herself, it would be totally fine. Doing it as her character is cringy as frick.
Athena doesn't take this at the end because it's like the two girls who are not paying attention during her lecture are the ones who crashed the car that almost killed Vinny. So then at the end they do, and she goes back to the school. She does it again. She has a really really graphic picture. She's like, "This is what could happen."
Yeah, Angela Bassett can literally is like one of the only adults who can literally say whatever the hell she wants and it'll still sound cool. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
sorry, that was a side tangent about being. Oh, so Mike says he broke the camera so that the video when he sold the TMZ, he threw the camera out the window because like for the Uber, I guess it's not called quick ride. They have to have a dashboard camera to make sure you're not harming the people in the car for safety.
For their own, for your safety and theirs.
Yeah, they record you. And then the driver's friends, I didn't know his name at the time, but I did put in Walter's friend says he gave him a loan to get the car to do quick rides. So they go and talk to him. And then they go to the school. And they talk to the principal, and her parents says they punched Mr. Rose in the face because he turned his son gay, which is not how that works at all.
No.
But
no.
And then there's they find out that a student has written a diss track about Mr. Rhodes and posted it in the middle school chat, because it's a middle school. I think it might be all boys middle school. I don't know if it was girls in the school, but I think
him. It's like you shouldn't be saying that about teachers.
No, they didn't supposedly say what the words were to the song. I don't think. Maybe they did, but it was a good apparently.
They go to talk to the kid, and he's like, I didn't write the lyrics. I only composed the beat. And they're like, okay.
So who wrote the words?
Who wrote the words? And they're directed to this kid. His name is start with an A.
He's Anthony Turner.
Yes, thank you. We find out this is not the kid's first offense.
No.
He's in
foster care.
He's in foster care. He's finally got somebody who actually gives a shit. Because he's been in and out of homes, not doing well, all that. They go to talk to the principal, like, do you know anything about him? And he was like, yeah, we're trying to get him back.
The thing is, the principal was played, speaking of 911, the principal was played by Athena's ex-husband.
Yeah, legit. We're both like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
I gotta know that, man. That's Athena's ex-husband. 911 fired him because he wanted to get COVID vaccinated. So they wrote his character off.
Okay, so
it was back during the time where actors were mandated to get be on set. They had to be vaccinated. He refused, so they said bye.
Yourself.
They said bye. Then they wrote Michael off, saying he lived in Florida with his boyfriend. Yeah. Anyway, so then they're chasing once again. They're chasing somebody, but they're chasing Anthony. They're gonna have to chase him.
Yeah, they're literally a 13-year-old because he's like, I can't do this again.
So he picks up a gardening knife. There's a gardener somewhere, and then Jalen's trying to talk him down. He talks about his dad was in the military too, because this child's father was also in the military, I believe.
And the kid tries to put it through his neck because he's like, you can't do this, and Jalen's like, please don't. No.
Yeah, he talks him down. They bring him into the precinct, but his foster mom hasn't picked up the phone, and they kind of start to question him. And it's kind of some gray lines about can you question a minor without an adult present?
And they've literally tried to get in contact with the mom. It's not their fault. She's not answering. And so Jalen talks to Anthony, and we get a confession. And I forget what the confession is.
He says he didn't mean to. He says it wasn't. He did have the weapon.
He did have the weapon.
But he didn't intend to.
He had a pew-pew. He didn't intend to do it, but his teacher.
And they're kind of talking about. Because he didn't want to get in trouble about the song.
Yeah,
that's why he brought it.
That's why.
The DA's office wants to try him as it's just downpouring all this. It's crazy.
He didn't know it was loaded.
But hold that thought, though. Make sure you remember this later, because this part comes up again that he says he did not know it was loaded later.
So yeah.
The
foster mom.
I didn't get much sleep last night. The DA's office wants to try him as an adult. But we found out his mom was killed by a drunk driver and his dad died from cancer, so he doesn't have anybody.
the foster mom shows up and she's like, "Oh, whatever he did, like he'll do what he can to figure it out."
Make it right now. Like he killed somebody.
Like,
Somebody's dead.
like,
It just makes this right.
I'm sorry, but he killed somebody.
Yeah. So then Nolan and Jalen have this kind of argument about like no one wants to say it's not about race, and then like Jalen's like it will be.
Because even though, you know, we like I do believe like Nolan would try everything he could to not make it about race, but unfortunately, in the world that we live in, as soon as somebody sees somebody with black skin, judgment starts instantly.
Literally.
Even if the kid is like, I don't know, an honor student, they see the skin and they'll still think instantly.
Doesn't matter, he probably did.
That's not Let me. Oh, I can pull up the notes and make this kind of last. All right, cool.
So then, oh, they talk about where the weapon came from. The confession is out. Oh, they go talk to the judge, and the judge.
Yeah, the judge is like, he's a minor. I mean,
you took it without an adult present. It kind of just is like you can't use this.
We tried. She wasn't showing up, and the judge is like, okay, yeah, confession's out.
Confession's out. So then they go talk to Justin, which is the kid who made the beats. I found out what his name is now. He also had the gun.
He gave him.
They later explain why there's this gun around, but we haven't got to that part yet.
And then they're trying to figure out.
Wants to argue.
Yeah, Nolan wants to argue that it's not the kid's fault.
I mean, it is, but it's not just only the kid's fault. They're like, we can't look that side, but the principal should be just as responsible because he knew that there was a gun and in the song and did not protect the teacher. But like principal Sykes, I actually had a principal Sykes, but anyway,
he's like, it was a rumor, and they're like, really? That's true.
Really, he's really. The DA's office wants to give Anthony Man 1, and he'll be out at 23, so he's only like 10 years. He's accepted this deal.
The husband, unfortunately, does not think this is enough.
Oh, the husband's name is Terry. No, we got another Terry in it.
Convenient.
He doesn't think that's enough.
I mean, like, look, rightfully so. This kid killed the love of his life, but also, like, you got the dilemma of it's a 7th grader.
So basically, they find out that like
tells Price and Sam to leave because he doesn't want to hear about it.
Yeah, but they find out then Anthony's on the stand. He says that this is like a community gun, which is, if you don't understand how this works, is that like it may be hidden off. I think it was in an abandoned building or something like that. And like whoever wants to use the gun, they have to buy the bullets for it. But they have to supply the bullets for it. But anybody who wants to, typically they aren't serial marked or the serial mark has been removed and all that kind of stuff to like make sure the police can't come find you.
Yeah.
But anybody can basically just rent it out whenever you want it. So it's like
what you need to do, then put it back and the next person gets it.
Yeah. But so there's fingerprints all over it, but they know that he's done it.
And he did not want to go to juvie about the song because he was already in trouble before. Then Jalen gets a text on his phone while he's in the middle of the court, and whatever's on the phone is shocking.
Yeah.
During
the recess, they take Anthony out. Anthony's outside, and Jalen goes to talk with him.
Everyone needs someone in their corner in this life, and he's like, yeah. And then Jalen's like, Anthony, did you really? No,
this gun was loaded.
The gun was loaded or not. And the kid's like, no.
And then he gets a ballistics report saying his fingerprints were on the bullets when he put them in there.
Yeah, which means Jalen is like getting him in a lie. and the kid literally had to take the bullets and put them in the gun to do it. So it's now premeditated. It's murder.
Yeah. He says he lied because he didn't want to get kicked out of his foster home.
But that pretty much means Jalen's like, you lied to me. You loaded the gun. You meant to do it.
You lied to the jury. You meant to do it. So then the principal testifies because he's trying to get out of this.
And we get into like, this is how crazy the school system is, honestly, because he testified he had 2 instances of one somebody accused him of sexual abuse that he did not do just because the kid didn't like the principal and didn't like that he was making him listen to the rules.
The second time he says a student he got in trouble for he kind of like pulled a student back who was about to like hurt his teacher for taking his phone.
And he had to like literally testify in front of like, I don't know, a board and almost lost his job.
Yeah.
Like, these are instances where it's like teachers and principals literally have their hands tied.
Yeah, so it's not looking good for anybody.
You would be able to do something, but nope, you do something wrong, and then a kid says you did something, parents are all up in arms, then
it's not good either any kind of way for him.
Obviously I understand that like they're saying it because it could probably happen, but the sexual abuse one is what pissed me off the most because unfortunately that actually does happen. And if you're just
it's not taking, children aren't believed when it does happen.
And if you're just accusing your principal just because you don't like them, then you're making a hell of a lot their life difficult and a hell of a lot difficult for somebody who would actually did get abused by a teacher or a principal. Pretty much at this point, it's like this whole thing just sucks. It doesn't really seem like there's justice anywhere. Like the principal's getting held accountable. The principal also says that it's Anthony's fault, which honestly, he's right. And he explained like why he couldn't like search his backpack. He's like, last time I accidentally touched a student, like,
and I got in trouble.
Hell, bro.
My tummy is weird.
Anyway. So then we get Shaw at a bar drinking, and Riley shows up. And Riley's like, "Did you show Price yet?" And he's like, "No. You didn't show the fingerprints to Price yet, because that would basically steal."
It was a done deal for them.
And Riley's like, "You gotta understand, there's just some kids who are just beyond saving." And then we get into a little
like, no.
back lore because we find out that Jalen's mom was a musician who happened to be on illicit substances that caused her to have her children taken from her.
Yes, because his dad was in the military, so overseas, so he wasn't there to.
So he was.
They couldn't give him.
He has a brother, and 2 of them got split up in foster care. And Jalen was with this really nice family, and everything was okay. Until all of a sudden, one day, the family just decided they didn't want him anymore.
Yeah, they literally told him to pack up his stuff and go. I mean, but his dad, they were able to get in contact with his dad, and his dad came home the next day. So,
thankfully, because
he wasn't like abandoned as he was a teenager. He says so. He's maybe like 16.
If he didn't,
because what's on his mind is probably like if his father hadn't come home, what kind of things what could have happened to him.
But it's just like do not be a foster family if you're going.
You're not gonna commit.
Child.
Yeah, the foster care system is really messed up.
How could you just be like, okay, we kept you for this long, you can go now, bye. No.
And the foster care system is really messed up. Especially the day you turn 18, you're on your own.
Yep.
And it's really, really sad that we don't have better care for our young people.
After that conversation, Shaw does some thinking, and he does turn the report in to Price. Then they go to Nolan and Sam are talking to the principal, and unfortunately, because they brought charges, like, they can't just make them go away. Nolan tries to make a deal, and it says man 2, and it's for 5 years. And the principal's like,
I don't know if I'll take that, but he's like, but if you leave this up to a jury, you get 15.
Yeah, so 5 years isn't great. Especially
it's not 15, possibly.
It's just, especially because his hands are tied, it really didn't seem like it was his fault, but trying to leave it up to 15, no.
Why not left it up to a jury?
Yeah. So he takes the deal, so it's only 5 years, so he'll be going to prison for 5 years.
Then there's this scene of Shaw picking up Anthony from the juvenile jail.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, where
he
we go?
doesn't say anything. Yeah, he's like, you're gonna be on trial for man 1.
And he's like, what do you mean? I thought we had a deal. Like, I thought it was next year. And Shaw's like, that was before you confessed to it. And the fix. So he's going to go to trial again for man 1 this time.
Yeah.
And Shaw puts Anthony in the car, and you can see he's trying not to cry.
Yeah, it's a very, very, like, emotional, like, he's definitely trying not to cry thinking about what's gonna happen to this.
Like, literally, they said at one point, like, if this kid had done this crime, like, 2 weeks prior, it would have gone to family court. But because of his age, apparently he can be tried as an adult. I don't understand how it's
kind of messed up how that works. Depending on what you did, kind of varies on, like,
I'm sorry. The only thing
because there was a case I was looking at, because I like true crime, about some high schoolers, they were dating and the girl broke up with the boy, and they weren't necessarily getting back together, but he wanted to talk, and they went in the forest behind their school and he killed her. He used a knife and he killed her.
Fun.
And then
yeah, the thing with it is this,
and then he didn't get charged as an adult though. He was not charged as an adult. He very intentionally went to go do this to this girl because she broke up with him. It was really, really, he maybe got like 5 years now for doing this. So the justice system is messed up.
The thing with this is, this chat
You're
is
upside down.
Yeah, I know. I have to charge my phone. I'm trying to put it right back up. Okay. The thing with this is, they're putting a 13-year-old in a prison with a bunch of adult men. That kid is not going to survive.
No. There's no justice here.
Like, I forget where, I think it might have been SVU or something, but, like, they made a comment about, like, you know, the young guy going into prison, having the young face or the baby face, and that being a target factor. The kid is 13. I don't think he's going to make it out.
No.
So, yeah.
And that's how it is.
That was that episode. I give it a 3.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like I can rate this one just because it's like...
It's a lot. Yeah. 3 is like minimum because this wasn't great. It wasn't horrible.
There's no justice. It was really sad.
It's a very messy situation.
So the next one tomorrow is Time Will Tell.
It's like another school one.
Oh, it is when he worked in school. It says, when the dean of a swanky prep school was murdered, Sean Rowley must dig into the toxic system of pressure of students to succeed. Brady's son asked for a favor. It's kind of like I guess they kind of brought back the, like, college admission scandals and how, like, you know, it was a big thing of, like, rich people paying a little extra to get their children into these prestigious schools. But I don't know exactly what they're going to do with that, but we'll see. So that'll be interesting. SVU is Economics of Shame, which I like this one actually. Economics of Shame was pretty good, and I like Economics of Shame. I would put it rank it probably high.
I got all my stuff in the background.
Okay. You just left your food that you've been finished eating.
No, I had my burger. It's down here.
Okay. You're sitting on the counter, I guess. Are you sitting on the counter?
I am.
Anyway, Economics of Shame. So they start off with this couple going on a date. The woman's name was Kelsey. I know it's my name, Kelsey. Kelsey's
His name is
but
Tyler.
anyway, yeah. And he like got her favorite drink because he saw on her dating profile. Like everything seems to go really well.
And we found out her fiance broke up with her last year.
Sad, but
like we go to the next day, like her coworker.
She's talking to her friend. She's talking to her coworker. Who's like, "How'd it go?" And she's like, "You need to get out there and date again." You know, they were having a
And she's like, "Oh, he sent me pictures." And then
yeah, but they're sending spicy pictures.
You should do that too. So she goes to the bathroom at work and does so.
Takes some spicy pictures. And then they found out there's a train derailment at Jamaica Station because Kelsey's a news reporter. I don't know if you said that.
Yeah, she's a news reporter, so she's got to like literally stop.
So you go over to Jamaica.
Over to train station thing. Well, in that time and on the time when she's going home, she is freaking out because
she goes to see her mom.
She goes to see her mom, and she's like, "Please tell me you haven't gotten anything weird." And she's like, "What do you mean?" Well, we find out that Tyler had
recorded them having their encounter
and was
without
going
her
to
consent.
Yeah, and was going to send it to everybody she knew.
If she didn't pay a lot of like $50,000.
If she didn't pay $50,000, yeah. The problem with it is that she said she would never let anyone control her again. She apparently had problems with her ex. But it was also really bad because she was literally standing on the ledge of the building.
Mm-hmm.
And so the squad shows up, and they're like, "Who are we dealing with?" And Finn is like, "Kelsey Roberts," and then Olivia's like, "I'm sorry, what?" Like, they're all aware of who this reporter is. And then she's like, "Hi, I'm Kathy Benson from SVU," and she's like, "Oh,
like,
great. No, too. What do you know?" And Olivia's like, "Only that you were betrayed by someone you thought you could trust." And she's pretty much like, "I can't let this get out because I'm supposed to be like, a reporter who's supposed to know all these schemes and stuff. Like, if this gets out, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Her job is pretty much done. Like, who's gonna trust her to do things again?" Well, Olivia helps her down, and they take her to Bellevue. And that she explains that he's demanding $50,000 in cash, or he will send the pictures. And Olivia's like, "And you're used to reporting the story, not being the story." Yep. Side note: Olivia was wearing like this light
blue blazer, man.
Blue blazer and like a white shirt, and she looked so good.
That's a good one.
Olivia.
So then Sunny comes in. Yeah. They're talking to the precinct, and Sunny comes in.
And then she's like showing him pictures of this Tyler.
Yeah, this Tyler.
He seems like a male model type. I thought stalkers were in their mother's basement licking Cheeto dust off their fingers.
That's his son. That was the clip they posted early, so it was like, bro, isn't your sister?
Oh, I stepped ahead. So first it started with pictures, then Kelsey runs in, freaking out because she found out that he recorded them. And she's pretty much like, "Who's going to trust my judgment now? Like, I let this guy do this to me." but I'm the one who's usually getting like under people's skin and getting the truth of stories.
Yeah.
Well, we found out Tyler used a fake number, and it's not the first time he's done this, because they find a few other victims, and one of them unfortunately ended her life because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to talk to one of the other victims, and her name is Ruby. She's 19. Mm-hmm. It wasn't Tyler who she met, but she talked about the same, like the same MO. Like she met the guy on a bereavement forum because her parents died in a car accident.
Yeah, so she's raising her sister.
She seemed to understand. Things got physical, and then when things got physical, he demanded $50,000.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna send the video to her little sister. Her sister's maybe like 12, 13.
And Olivia's like, "You didn't do anything wrong. You were the victim of a crime." She's like, "Well, you didn't help me."
Yeah. I mean, we know the Bronx got so that they problems because
Olivia took their detectives that actually care.
Yeah, the Bronx. We know the Bronx has some problems.
Olivia took Bruno, and he was like the only one that cared.
Yeah, the Bronx. Yeah.
And so she didn't know what else to do, so she paid using the money from her parents.
Her parents. She was gonna use it for college, but she used it to pay the
and the reason why is the guy, his name was Nick, was aware that she had a settlement from the accident. Mm-hmm. So he knew she could get money because he had money. She had money. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the poor girl's like, I don't think I'll ever be able to trust anyone ever again.
And Olivia said, let's see if we can change that.
And then the sister shows up, and Olivia's so cute. She's like, "Hi, I'm Olivia." I'm like, stop being adorable.
And she's very calm and making sure, like, that the world's okay. She's like, because Ruby's like, I picked up your favorite Shake Shack.
Yeah. And then she leaves. We finally find out that Tyler has answered Kelsey's many texts.
Yeah.
And basically tells her where to drop the money off.
Yeah.
So they all set up a little
stake out in the park.
The problem is they all look like they've done this before, and they've done
it better. Too suspicious. They look a little suspicious.
Like they're just standing there waiting for it to happen.
I know, they look a little too suspicious. Like,
yeah, I got like Bruno, Finn, and
standing
Silver like hanging out by a trash can. Bruno's like leaning on the trash can. I'm like,
he looks suspicious. At least Olivia's at a table. She's like, she looks like she's just sitting.
And so they have this guy who goes to get the money, and so they get him and they arrest him.
Yeah, but he's not Tyler.
He's not
because she has to put the money in it. There's a car in the parking lot, and the trunk is open, and she has to put the money in the trunk. But the guy who comes gets the money is not the Tyler that she's still looking at.
Yeah, we find out Ruby had to do the same thing. Apparently, it's the same car. Kelsey is still trying to work her job while trying to figure out how to get this figured out, because there's like a countdown clock, and he's like,
"You got 2 days." Well, now they're at 1 day at this point. She had 2 days. Now they're at like 1 day, so they're trying to like figure this out.
We find out this guy's name is Neil Marsh, and he's an unemployed copywriter.
Because of AI, his job is stolen.
Yeah, and we get the twist that he's not doing this because he wants to. They also have photos of him.
Yes.
He was forced into it. Basically, he couldn't make the money. He couldn't pay the money.
So they make him do the job.
They're making him do the job. There are also women involved, because a woman is the one who got his photos.
Yeah.
And then he's searching for a woman that he thinks can pay this money that the guys want. And the guy's name is Constantine.
Yeah.
Sonny has something about copywriter. He's like, oh, another occupation on life support. Because technology.
Because of AI.
Olivia wants to bust the entire ring because this is literally insane. But they gotta find Constantine first. And then Carisi walks in the room, and the lawyer's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm just a lowly public servant on a mission of mercy." They get into details, and they're like, "How are we gonna get this guy?"
They're gonna set it up.
And then Olivia and Carisi think of a plan. And he's like, "Look, you're going to send your boss information that you found a young, rich venture capitalist from Mexico City who is looking to get laid." And there is only one person that fits that description.
I know.
Velasco. It's his turn. And the funny part is that it was like, they also said he was married, but he wanted something else.
It is what it is, I guess. And I guess they had to make it so that it could be extorted. I guess if he wasn't married, it didn't matter.
So
it did matter, but not as much.
Like, and if you're not aware, and if you only, like, you're kind of still new to the episode, new to the show, Velasco started off work as an undercover detective. So it's not like
they met him like that, and they were like, "Who is he?"
It's not like it's his first rodeo.
No. They thought he was a rat for McGrath initially, and they all
and I was like, he was undercover as like an influencer or what? And then we get this fun little scene of Bruno, Silva, and Velasco in the van, and like Silva's helping Velasco put a wire on.
Stuff together. They have 1 day left at this point. But
they got like really nice suit and everything, and Velasco's like, and Bruno's like, "Tough night at work, detective."
Yeah.
And then they're going through his thing, and then Bruno's like, "Hold on, you need something."
He takes off his watch. He's a good watchman. He loves a good watch.
Woman like Audra watches. Notice watches. That's the name of the girl he's going to go meet. And then Velasco's like, "How much did you pay for it?"
Is it more than the NBC paid for that suit
that you're wearing?
Oh.
It's like, I knew Bruno was going to be a part of this. I'm like, they're going to get all the rich.
You gotta give him the look, you had to get him ready because he's a rich man.
It is so much fun writing Bruno. It's like, okay, so he's going to have a bunch of fancy cars and a mansion and literally whatever the hell he wants because
he can. He's having a good time.
So he goes in the restaurant. At one point, he just starts ordering tequila in Spanish.
Because he says something like, he's like, "My family has invested in that tequila." And he's playing off good.
He calls the waiter over and he literally orders it in Spanish. And then they transition back to Silva and Bruno, and she's like, "Well, that was pretty slick." And Bruno's like, "Yeah, Velasco started doing undercover work." And Kate's like, "Yeah, I know." Bruno's like, "What?" We find out that Kate looked into the entire squad before she started the interview. She already knew about the undercover work. And then she's like, "Yeah, my dad, unfortunately, is not a fan of you."
He did sue the whole thing.
And then Bruno's like, "Don't care."
Whatever.
Whatever. I like you. I don't care if your dad doesn't like me. Well, things go as well. They finish the little date. They end the little date. And we see Audra going to talk to a man in a car who is Constantine. So they arrest Constantine and Audra. Audra got money too. Then they go back in the van, and Bruno's like, "Great work. Now give me my watch back."
He's like, "Give it back." Bruno loves his watches.
You could see
he's loved his watches since he's like, man.
You could see Velasco has like, "Man, I don't want to give it back."
No, it's a good
thing. He slowly gives it back.
If you guys don't remember, like, watches were like the big thing that, like, at the beginning when Bruno first came in, like this in Soldier Up, and they go to talk to that guy about getting DNA. He tosses the guy the watch, and Because the guy is like, you think you can bag your eyelashes? I mean, you think you can give me the prostate DNA fashion? And then he's like, he's like, you can have it if you want.
Take this watch and give me what you want. And then they're like,
okay.
are you really giving him the watch? And he's like, yeah, I got more at home.
He's like, yeah.
So they go back to the precinct. I guess Olivia, like, they're talking about the scheme, and she at one point is like, well, I guess we all have our dreams.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we all have our dreams. Like, this is their dream.
They had to be extra rich by extorting people.
Yeah. And then Parisi and Bruno go to interrogate Constantine. And he's like, there's a word to describe you and can't think of it. And Parisi's like, oh, scumbag. Bruno's like, scumbag. That's right.
That's right.
We find out that Audra, unfortunately, is also a victim. That's why she's working it off. We then find out she was talking to another guy. His name is Basil. And so now there's like 2 people involved in this up top. Nice place. Nice place. What's that from?
Oh, Bruno was talking about what his house looks like. Bruno does not approve of his poorly decorated home, apparently.
Yeah. And they're like looking at his house and they're like, nice place if you have no taste. Well, they go to arrest Basil, and the housekeeper's like, yeah, he's not here. You're like, what do you mean? He's like, he headed to the airport. He's visiting his family. And then they say that they're Greek, and I was like, damn it, why? Why is it gotta be us? Well, they arrested him, and they're both arrested, and everything seems to be okay. Or so we thought. Because somehow the Kelsey's video still gets sent. And then she's freaking out because everyone at work is getting the email, and even if they don't look at it, it's still out there. They say it must have been on like a scheduled send or something.
Yeah, because it went out anyway.
And she's freaking out, and Olivia's like, hold on, I might know how to turn this around. And then they transition to talking to Constantine again, and he's like, no, Basil wouldn't leave. He's like, really? We took your brother's crypto, and he took off with 85 grand headed to the motherland. He was gonna let you take this all by yourself.
He left it, and then he left it there for you.
We find out that they've done it to 7 people.
Yep.
And then they're like, okay, who's the judge on this? And they find out the judge, and Creasy's like, Cerrone, he treats every case like a hemorrhoid. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but all right.
I guess like it hurts, I guess. I don't know. It hurts.
Then we find out that like Neil, he still has to testify. He understands he's not like getting off scot-free for this. But that Kelsey helped him because he found out that he can sue for wrongful termination because he is a protected class.
Yeah, so.
Because of what happened with this.
Yeah.
So he might get his job
Use the
back.
Use the system against the system.
Correct. And then we get Kelsey reporting again outside the courthouse. And this is literally such a genius idea.
It's a creative idea. I said, oh.
They decided to have it as Kelsey went undercover as an investigative reporter to get this information for the NYPD.
Yep.
So they had like the video and everything was all her helping the NYPD bring these 2 guys down.
Yep.
Which is super cool. And Olivia's like, yeah, she brought that up to me, and then we just did it, and it's like, yes.
Genius.
Olivia goes to talk to Ruby, so they got the guys. and it's after some time because it's all like evidence right now.
Yeah.
She will get her money back, and the NYPD will write her a check.
Yeah, so it will be good. She can go to Florida. They go to college because that's what she wants to do.
And she's so happy. She cries. She's like, after a year, I can finally feel free. And Olivia's like, you'll be surprised at how many options you have. And don't trust me, trust yourself. And then that's how it ends.
It has a solid ending, you know, it's good.
Yay, happy ending.
Yeah.
I give it 4.
Yeah, I like this one more than I like it. It's not as sad. It was pretty solid. It's pretty good. It had fun times. So
what's next week? Thursday, I should say.
Tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. It's called, I can't ever pronounce this word because my CH list, but it's starch. I can't pronounce it. I have a CH list. But
I don't know how to say that either. It's RORSCHACH.
Yeah, that word. It says Agent Clay makes a comeback. We haven't seen him in a while, but Agent Clay comes back.
Oh, you wrote down the definition of it down there.
I did because I didn't know what the word.
Like ink blot tests. They show people and they're like, "What does this look like to you?"
If you say something crazy, they think. If you say something scary or crazy, they'd be like, "Something wrong with you." You know, it's kind of like a. Do you see a butterfly or like a demon? It's like,
legit. And so we have like this, the guy, the FBI guy that looks like Clark Kent.
Yeah. He consults. It says consults Benson when a woman is found gravely injured at a remote campground, and the suspect could be anywhere along the eastern seaboard. Bruno and Silva take a chance at an odd hunch to see if he becomes a lead. And the parents are like freaking out because their child is literally on life support. And there's this because Olivia there's like a girl. She's and there's like a girl and she's her, and there's a boy. They're kids, so apparently maybe they're together. But he's been shot. And the girl is on life support, and the guy doesn't remember. The boy doesn't remember anything, so they don't have anything. And then Olivia, the show all of a sudden Olivia feels a little hand squeezed from the girl. So she asks her, "Do you know who attacked you?" And she squeezes and say yes. So yeah, she will hopefully be okay. Yeah, there's that. Take care of yourself, guys. I know this is not going to be easy. Yeah, take care of yourself. Please do that. Drink your water. Watch your favorite show. Play your video games. Whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. Yeah, and then the advocacy work continues. But for now, we rest, and that rest is holy. I'm gonna quote a musical now. Sucks. If you have not looked into it, it's amazing. It's literally freaking describing what we're all living in right now. It's about suffragette movement and women trying to get the right to vote in 1920s. And one of the lines in the show is, "Progress is possible, but not guaranteed." We tried to get progress. Unfortunately, it did not happen today. We're not going to stop fighting for that progress. And we're not going to shut up. But we're going to keep marching. Yes, we will keep marching. Yeah, that theater is going to be freaking insane tonight. Mm-hmm. There's also performances of ragtime going on, and there's literally a song that's like, "We can never go back to before." Well, now that we are, it's like these two shows are literally happening at such a crucial time for our country that if you are able to go see them, go do so. Yes. But yeah, we're all in this together. Yes. So please take care of yourself. Please do that. We love you guys. Try to get some we do. We'll try to get some fix out or something and bring some joy to ourselves and to you all. Yeah. I know we're gonna do it, but we'll figure it out. So we're gonna probably take today and do something we enjoy, and then get back to writing a little later or tomorrow. But for now. I think we'll make a more serious video later, but not right now.
No, for now we need to somehow decompress.
Yes, so please take care of yourselves. We will be back.
And with that, thanks for listening. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.